I very much understand like the psychology of marketing and like the branding and all that stuff, but I'm really bad at actually sealing the deal. I'm bad at closing, and I'm just bad at getting money. I'm bad at making money. I'm fucking terrible at it. Like I hate it, and it makes me feel greasy. Like everything outside of that, I'm actually really good at. Like,
Now,
but
see, I'm all about
really
like
asking for money and getting money is where I can't do it.
I'm
I
like all
can't
about
fucking
that
do it.
Don Draper shit and like connecting
Yeah.
people to the feelings of,
Oh
whatever it
yeah, for
is.
sure. That's
Just
what
be
it's
like,
about. Yeah. So like, but you have to do it like if Don Draper was a Zoomer. So like you got to do it with SEO in mind and links and tags. And that's what you got to do now. Cause that's where
that's
we live. We live in the
we
internet.
live in
Like, I
that.
mean, we are, I mean, I'm essentially ones and zeros. Like I don't have a corporeal form as far as you know.
Get better.
Well, I do, but like you don't know that. Like here I am. It's just it. I live in your computer screen.
This is
So
Amanda.
fuck,
She
I
lives
got
in my computer.
this Amanda. She lives in my computer.
Hello.
Ladies, gentlemen, and friends beyond the binary, welcome to Girl Dick with Ted Cruz, starring Lilith Electra Zarling, Amanda Bonanza, and esteemed Republican Senator from the great state of Texas, your host, Ted Theodore Cruz.
So that I am heading to the wilds of Florida in August, the week before I come see you
Shit,
to
it
do
gets
a
scarier
show.
and scarier every
To do
time
a
I see
show,
a
yeah.
thing.
And
Fuck, Florida's fucking terrifying.
I emailed this person, a trans person down there, who's like, one of the like is head of DEI for a large company, was like involved in like the queer community at a higher level. I was just like, hey, I'm coming on Florida, and like just in case anything happens, I'd like to have contact with a lawyer. Just like who knows what happens? Like some cop gets a wild hair, and like I'm shit out of luck. And she messaged me back. She's just like, yeah, most of these laws you don't really have to work with. And then she's like, there are plenty of great lawyers in the Tampa area, or you can just call the ACLU. And I'm like, oh, I know. I know I could
Yeah,
do that. I
yeah.
was looking for a lawyer who's like, I know is LGBTQ friendly, so I'm not scrambling the
Last
day.
minute, yeah.
Yeah. So the good news is this kind of is like fine, whatever. I reached out to a lawyer I know who I met at an improv, like applied improv, which is like using improv in business and becoming, a better communicator. And reached out to her, and she's in the Tampa area. And she's like, also said, like, probably don't really have to worry, especially if you're in Tampa, because the mayor's queer. A lot of the judges in the area, like, there's two of the main federal judges are queer. She's like, but you have my number now. Gave me her number. I gave it to
Yeah.
the theater people who are running the festival. And she's like, if anything happens, I will come and sit with you in a holding cell until you're safe. And so I was like, and she apologized. She's like, it sucks that you have to like do this just to come down here and perform on stage.
Yeah,
And I was
it's
like, it
fucking
does suck.
does.
And then the other
It
thing
does
I'm going to
really
do,
fucking suck.
I'm going to
Yeah.
tell you, because most of our listeners and you will not be there to see it. I'm actually, because they're making it illegal or difficult for people to get their medicine, I am going to close my show by taking my estrogen shot on stage.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Good.
Hopefully I don't do like this morning where I like got a bruise and
Oh,
like had a little blood. I'm like,
oh,
oh Jesus Christ, what did I do this morning?
uh,
Yeah, but I was
yeah,
just
I
like,
mean,
that one thing we always talk about is like be a resource for other trans people. And this lady's just like, yeah,
yeah.
there are plenty of lawyers in the Tampa area. It's like, yeah, I didn't think that the lawyer Tampa was like a lawyer desert.
Right. I mean, the whole thing is just wild. Like, and I do wonder how much is just like I'm just getting the filtered bad news that I'm getting.
The
Like, and
worst case
like it's
scenarios.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm getting just like the shock jock, like this is terrible. Oh my God. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like I have no doubt that their intentions are fucking pure evil, but like
Yeah.
what they're actually able to do versus what they're threatening is
Right.
like
What's
two different
possible?
things. Yeah, and like
But they
and
did
it
that
is.
with abortion. Like they just pushed what's possible a centimeter forward every month.
But also I think that's like not quite as bad as also like it's being, I think it's bad, but like
Yeah.
I don't think it's quite as bad, but like I don't know. I don't fucking know because I don't have a
Yeah.
uterus and I'm not gonna get an abortion. So like I've never had to navigate that world.
Yeah.
Like and so like I don't know how bad it actually is. Like and it's the thing is like it's like but I just don't know. It's like and that's the thing is like it's like my whole reason for being here in California is just like to save up money to leave the country. But at this point, it's like well, we will see what happens. Like maybe
Yeah.
because I don't really want to leave. Like it's my home. Like it's like
Right.
everyone I've ever known and loved lives in the United States. Like it's like I don't know anyone anywhere else. Like not really.
You
And
want to
like
come? You
and
want to
like
come live on my farm when I buy it? I
I do. I
know.
want to come live with you. That's what I want to do. I don't want to go somewhere else unless we
Yeah.
both go. Unless we're going to Mexico, then that's fine. Let's go to
Yeah.
Mexico. I have a farm in Mexico. Like, it's like then I'm super okay with it. Like as long as like but I don't want to go by myself. Like I
Yeah.
don't fucking know anyone. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm like alone and like don't speak the language.
I
like I'm
know.
just guessing and I don't know anything. I absolutely do not want to do that. So like, but like I mean I'm gonna do what I have to do, but I don't want to jump the gun.
My thing is to not like, obviously I'm concerned, obviously I'm making plans, but I also like do not want to work myself up and, you know, kind of
Force an issue.
force an issue, do something that's too rash. And it's just like, you're right, like, we see every day, like, yes, these little dictators in a teacup are like, making all these bold proclamations all across the country in like Missouri and Idaho and Florida. But at the end of the day, like, they're all losing in courts, they're all petering out. Like, I can't
Yeah.
imagine that there's a reason where the idea that the state can take your kid because you're trans and put them in foster care, where that would stand up in where. And
Or just
also
like the
foster care
state can
foster
dictate what clothes you wear.
where
Like it's like
foster care
that's
foster care
North
systems already
Korea shit.
completely
Like it's like
overworked.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like we already have
but they don't
big
care
short.
about
Yeah.
that. These are Nazi fanatics. Like
Yeah.
these are insane fucking Nazi cultists. Like they're bonkers.
Yeah.
They're batshit crazy. Like, and that's the thing. It's like I went to that thing yesterday, and it's like they talked about it's like the Iran and like the Muslim Revolution. This is not very different than that. Like
Yeah.
it's like these are the same people doing that here, trying to take over the government and force like religious fucking theocracy on shit. And like it's the same, like just madness. Like it's like they're not, these people aren't any less insane than the mullahs in Iran or
Right.
like the fucking royal family in Saudi Arabia. They're the exact same brand
Just
of
the same
crazy.
thing.
Like
Yeah.
they're the same thing, just with Jesus instead of Allah. Like, but it's exactly the same. It's just like insanity. They're fucking demented. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like, what do you do? It's like if they get in charge, they're just gonna do their demented shit. Like, I mean, I think there's a lot more like it's going to be harder to do it in the United States than it was in a place like Iran, just like for a number of reasons, just for like ethnic and cultural diversity is so huge here.
Yeah.
And also it's just a larger landmass with more people. Like
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, it's harder. Like there's a lot more people, a lot more spread out. And a lot of people hate this shit. Like, the
Yeah.
vast majority of people are not down with their fucking insane fucking fundamentalist Christian bullshit.
I bought some cricket flour.
Cricket flour, like made
Cricket
out of
flour.
crickets?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make some cricket bread.
I mean, I guess like inherently that's okay, but that's some fucking Snowpiercer shit.
No. See, if as long as I don't see it getting made, you know.
Well, they didn't either until they did, and then they're like, oh.
Plus, it wasn't given to them as flour to make into bread. It was like this gelatinous bar that they had to eat.
It was the purple gelatinous bar. Eat this gross thing, but like it's like, yeah, but you're still eating bugs. Eat bugs, yeah, that's where our society is healthy. But I mean, here's the thing about that: there's nothing wrong with eating bugs. Like it's like they've been eating bugs in China and Asia forever. Like I mean, it's been like it's a delicacy over there. Like in a lot of it's like it's sold on the street corners. You can just like eat cockroaches and shit. It's wild.
That sounds like you're making that up. Like I've never seen
I don't know if
that.
it's cockroaches, but no, I've seen like footage of people like going to China and like they have street vendors that sell like
We can just buy like
they cook
dried.
bugs, like whatever they are, like beetles or whatever, like, but they're insects for sure, and they look like insects, and you just eat them.
You just get
Like,
dried
and it's a
crickets, and
thing.
they season them with like what they would season potato chips with. So you got like sour cream
Yeah,
and onion dried crickets. And it's like
yeah,
crunchy.
I've heard of
It
that
gets
too.
all
Like,
your
and people
crunch
like
needs.
them.
Yeah,
I still don't think I could eat a handful of fucking crickets. Cricket
I
flour is one thing. It's
yeah
like
I
it's
don't.
like
I
okay.
have a thing about bugs, like, ugh.
Yeah,
But
I'm
like
not
it's
ready.
already
I'm
it's
not ready to
flour.
start eating bugs. I'm not
No,
ready.
I'm not ready to
Like,
have a
it's
bug in my house without freaking out. So,
like
well,
I've come to terms with some bugs. Like I've approached like insects kind of like how I've matured in a way with them, in the sense that I like where I got to like mustaches in my 20s, where it's like I used to think that like when I was younger that like all mustaches and mullets were bad, and like what I came to realize as I aged and matured is that, oh, there's good mustaches and bad mustaches, and there's a really good mustache, and sometimes there's a really good mullet. Like every now and then, it's not thin, but like you will find it. Like the mullet, I mean, the mullet's back. Like the mullet's back, big baby.
yeah,
Like all the punk rock fucking non-binary fucking hobo like fucking green metal kids are all fucking rocking mullets right now. Like my old roommate, they rock the total mullet. All the babies, like not all of them, but a lot of the babies, the younger Zoomer babies, they're all rocking the mullets, and they're
yeah.
rocking them hard. And like a lot of people be looking like Skrillex these days, but like old Skrillex. Like, have you seen what Skrillex looks like now? We should. I'm gonna show you. This is a fucking Skrillex looks like now. That's motherfucker
Hell
now.
yeah.
Like it's like that ain't fucking Skrillex. That's some fucking dude. That's some douchey dude, which he always was. Look at this motherfucker. So this is what I remember Skrillex
That's
used
the
to look like.
Skrillex we
That's
remember.
that pockmarked nerd with his fucking ridiculous mullet. Now he's this guy. And I don't know how I feel about it. Like, it's like I've kind of never liked Skrillex, and I always thought Skrillex was pretty much a douchebag. But like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I haven't like heard anything like concrete, like he's done anything bad or anything. Like, but I just get this feeling that he's a
Just a
scuzzbag.
vibe. It's just a
You get this
feeling.
real powerful scumbag vibe from Skrillex. Like, am I wrong? Like, am I out of like, am I just projecting? Like, am I unfairly like putting Skrillex in a box?
You might be. You might be
I might
unfairly.
be.
Yeah.
All right, viewers, let us know in the comments. Post in the comments, is Skrillex good or is Skrillex bad? Like, and not like does he, let us know, does he do bad things or does he do good things? Like, I don't know. Let's get your opinions. Skrillex, douchebag or hero?
I mean, I got no answer.
Well, hopefully our viewers do. Hopefully our viewers have all the answers for us, because I don't know.
Or our
I don't know.
listeners. That we have more listeners than
We have
viewers.
more listeners than viewers. Viewers, listeners. Hey, where can the listeners contact us with questions?
Well, for now, it's a girldick@gmail.com, but that's going to be
It
changing
sure
real soon.
is.
Secret announcement: we're changing the name.
We're gonna change it up. We're switching the
coming up. Yeah,
branding.
basically,
It's too extreme. It's too extreme for the internet.
the people who it's not even extreme for the internet. It's just like not reaching the people who need to listen to us. The
It's
people who
not.
do
It's
listen to
really,
us,
we fucked up our SEO.
they love us. I hear nothing but positive things from people who listen to the podcast. But if you were to search for us, people who are searching for Ted Cruz find us. It's not for them.
They
And people
are,
who
and they all
find us and
hate
they see
us, and
Ted
rightfully
Cruz.
so, because
Oh my
we
God.
hate them.
I don't hate anyone. I don't understand why they hate trans people. That's
I
a big
do.
problem.
I hate them.
I put no hate
I know
in
I'm
my
not
heart.
supposed to say that. I don't hate you. I wish you were better people, though. And I know
Mm.
you think you're good because
I
of your
just wish-
Jesus shit, but like, you're not.
I just
Get
wish
better.
I just wish that they would be happy. and they're gonna insist that they're
Yeah,
happy. It's like
that's really what it is.
this
It's
is
like
not
it's
how
like
happy people act.
they're lost souls, and it's like you want to help them, but they make it so hard. Like it's tough to love you. It's tough to love you when you're so awful. Like it
Like,
really is.
it's tough to love
Like
someone who's like, we should murder all trans people. You're like,
yeah, it's
man.
really hard to love that. Like it
I,
really is,
and
and
then
we
you'd
want to
say
love
like, well,
you.
I hope that you find
You
happiness. You're
know,
like, I
like your
am
Lord and
happy. And it's
Savior
like,
Jesus, like
you know,
he would have loved you despite your
someone who's
wanting to
happy.
kill him and acting like pretty much the Romans here, like, and in a lot of ways way worse than them. But like
someone who's happy doesn't run around going with a list of people they want to kill. So you're
yeah, it's
probably not a
true.
happy person if
And
you
then it's not even a list of people, it's a list of groups of people. Like it's like generalizations of people. Like cuz it's like having a list of like specific people you want to kill, that's also not good. But like
But
having
the
a list
government
of
will
like
step in
I
for
I
that.
want to
The government will
kill,
step in if you have a list of specific people you want to kill.
depending on who has that list.
But if you just want to kill all trans people, the government's like, well, that's not really a threat.
Yeah, no, we like that. They say. They say, well, I don't know. Like everyone's entitled to their opinions.
Like, what do you want to do? Free speech.
Free speech. Like, yeah. Get better.
Yeah, be better. Be happy. Find something that makes you happy. Yeah, that was not really a great bit, but I felt like it felt like we have a lot of stuff we talked about in there.
I figure like we just have to stretch out that Skrillex pics. I think that was pretty funny. Like we could take it and I could take it and just like do a time stretch, and so like we'll make it.
Do it
It'll
at
just
like
move really
80%
slowly.
speed.
Yeah, like 80% speed, so we can fill more
we're
time.
talking like this.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't exactly work like that. It just works like this. Is it like it doesn't change the pitch anymore?
I used to listen to when I listened to a lot of podcasts when I drove a lot. I listened to everything at 1.5 speed, and I used to listen to the New York Times had the Daily, and I listened to it at 1.5 speed. Yeah, but I listened to it at 1.5 speed, and I was like, okay. One time I put it on at regular speed, and I'm like, how does this person talk like this?
Well, that's because you got used to it.
I
dated a girl for a real short time who did that same thing, and like she listened like podcasts on like 1.5 times speed or 2 times speed even, and I was just like, why are you doing this? She's like, because I want that information. And she was like an academic, and she was like a professor, and like she was like a PhD.
But
the guy
who hosts that podcast talks so slow.
You think that because you were used to listening to him on 1.5 speed, that's where you got accustomed to. So you dove in like at this unnatural rate of speech, and that's what you got used to. So then when you cut it down by 33%, like it's like, well, then of course it felt slow.
Unnecessarily slow.
Compared to 1.5 speed.
No, compared to how I talk, I don't listen to the world at 1.5 speed. But you
listen to this guy and you listen to this podcast. For how long did you do it?
And it seemed like he was speaking at normal speed because that's how slow he was.
Because that's what you put it on as. Like,
I don't want to have this argument. This guy
that's like
talks
saying
slow
it's like if you eat your cereal and your whole life you've eaten your cereal with apple juice on it. It's like, and then this is just how cereal is. I would
rather say if someone listens to our podcast, all of a sudden,
oh
my God,
when you're 35 years old, you have cereal with milk for the first time, and you're like, what the fuck is this shit? This is ridiculous. But guess what? Everyone has their cereal with milk. You having apple juice on your cereal was I'm not going to say it's wrong. I'm not going to say it, but it's an aberration from the norm. It's outside of what most people do. It's outside of the median. So like you were the one that was an outsider. And then so when you come back into the fray of like,
counterpoint, if you listen to this podcast at 1.5 speed, you'd know something was wrong. All right. You'd just be like, man, this is way too fast. You listen to the Daily on 1.5 speed, and it sounds just like any other.
It sounds like a normal. It just sounds like
it's like a normal talk. Yeah, yeah. It's just like how if you like listen to your thing about apple juice right there at 1.5 speed, you'd think you were going insane with how fast the words were coming at you.
Yeah, I don't understand. I've never done the listen to podcasts
For
at one and a
me,
half speed. I
me,
can't bear
I
it.
think what it is the guy knows people listen at 1.5 speed, so he intentionally slows it up so you don't save any time by listening to it faster.
That's what it is. He's trying
Yeah.
to make people not save
Yeah.
time. It's the
He's
New
like, no,
York Times.
I want to waste your time.
It's the New York Times. It's the one thing we do. It's the time. So like we're gonna slow down the time at the Times.
The New York
Like
Times.
and also it's like they're like thinking in terms of like, well, we can squeeze a lot, we can save money if he talks slower, because then there's like we're only filling time where it's not about the content, so we can extend that, we can put less content in an hour if you speak slower.
Yeah. If I invented a time machine, I'd go back in time and get the copyright to the New York Times, and that would be the name of my time travel company.
The
And
time,
then
the
the New York
Times time.
Times, the New York Times, and then the New York Times, they'd have to come up with a whole new name for their
Well,
newspaper.
they wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah,
But then like, I mean, then that's fucking with the fabric of reality so hard that like you come back into the future and like everyone's head would be toasters or something.
who knew the New York
The
Times was such a?
New York, well, it's not so much. It's like that thing where like it's like that. It's you a ripple in like the past causes the future
Are
to
you
go
talking about
all
the butterfly
sideways. But like
effect?
kind of like the butterfly effect, but not like the movie, because that movie was fucking, I mean, it was a good movie, but it was fucking hard to fucking watch. That movie fucked me up. Like, yeah, but that concept of like, yeah, it's like, or when, or like, I was thinking of like more like when The Simpsons, when Homer did it. No.
Yeah, as raining donuts, and he leaves because of
Yeah,
the
it's like,
snake tons, and they're like, oh, it rains
yeah,
donuts every day.
and it's like, oh, you can't do that. You can't fuck with that. Like, all the walls are made out of water or something. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
Like, yeah,
crazy. All right.
everything's red.
Well, then when I invent my time travel thing, I will not go back in time. I promise. This is my promise
No,
to
no,
all the
you can do
listeners.
that. You can.
No,
I
no.
mean, honestly, Lilith, you fuck this timeline right the hell up. Please, please fuck
Roll the
this.
dice, baby.
Please, please, yeah. I am willing to do a hard roll on this timeline here. Like, let's see what happens. Just fucking just shake it up, shake up that etch a sketch and see what comes out,
See what
because this is
happens.
bullshit right here. This one right now, no thanks. I think we can do way better just by randomizing it. I have to feel
Oh,
like we're in the lower percentile here.
yeah. We got a pretty bad deal here
It's
to
a
begin
pretty
with.
shitty fucking
Yeah,
timeline.
let's risk it.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
It's real
everything's the
stupid.
same, but it also rains donuts, that's a win. That's a win right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't even know. I don't have the imagination to come up with something worse than this.
Don't say it if you do, because then you're going to speak it into existence.
Well, I mean, I'm still holding steadfast to like, I'm still blaming them weasels that got into the Hadron Super Collider. I think that's what did it.
Yeah.
I think ever since then, it's
I'm
been
in no
fucking
position.
weird.
I'm in no position to argue that. So
Yeah,
let's blame
no
the
one
weasels.
is like,
Let's blame the weasels.
like you can't know. It's like
They're
that's the thing
fucking
with
weasels.
timelines, is you can't know. They're fucking weasels, and they fucking got into the Hadron Super Collider, and then here we are now. Like, we're girls and shit's weird.
Not us being girls though. Us being girls is perfect.
I'm happy about it, but it's still weird. Like,
It's kind of weird.
it's
Kind of
fucking,
weird.
it's a wild ass trip.
I always think about that, like going back, like what if I go back and just talk to my 12-year-old self? I'm like, blow that kid's mind.
Oh yeah, like, oh, I would be so pumped to see me now. Like,
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh fuck, that's awesome.
Shut
And like
up.
that would have been great. Yeah. So like,
Shut
oh my God,
up.
really? I mean,
Yeah.
like, that would fuck up my timeline though too, because then I would have transitioned way earlier if I'd have
Yeah.
known like
Yeah. That
like
now
this.
I'd spend
Yeah,
my
I'd been
entire
like,
life dating.
yeah,
It would change everything. Like everything just happened
oh
to get me to
yeah,
this point. Now I'm like 12 years old. I'm trying to figure stuff out. I
oh
don't have
yeah.
the
I would have
internet at
started
12.
HRT
So
right away.
yeah.
I've been like, okay, yeah, I'm not even waiting for this. Like, I'm just gonna do it. Like, who knows? Yeah, I'd have been a superstar or dead.
I probably would have
Like,
been dead. I guarantee you,
flayed
like, I've
like
just been dead.
flayed like someone on Game of Thrones.
uh,
Flayed like a Bolton flag.
oh, so bad. Yeah, no, like, yeah, it definitely blew my mind, but it definitely would change my own timeline because I'd be like, I'd be doing everything that I could to make that
Who
happen.
the
It's like,
fuck
dude, it just
knows?
happens. Just let it happen. A little me be like, no, I'm gonna make it happen sooner. It's like, I don't know if that's I don't know if 1984 Milwaukee is ready for that, but
No, Milwaukee would not have been, but we'd have made it. We'd
would
have
have
made
made it.
it that way.
I would have made it
You'd
right
have
for
done
them.
it, and then I'd have been like over on the other side of Milwaukee, and I'd have felt it. And I'd have been like, okay, Lilith did it. I'm gonna meet her on the internet someday. This thing that's not invented yet,
Right?
this thing that doesn't exist yet, I'm gonna meet her on it.
That's probably the dangerous thing is we would go back and tell each other and then tell us about each other, and then we'd meet before we transitioned, like go looking for each other in Milwaukee, and that would fuck the timeline up. Yeah.
I mean, it would, but it would make it better.
Okay, fair enough. I love your confidence.
I'm so blurry. This
You
is
are so
fucked.
blurry. It's like
This is fucked.
it's like you're giving secret testimony.
Yeah, I don't like it. I feel like the smoking man on X-Files.
Oh, you all
Oh,
welcome.
Gillian Anderson, you're my only hope.
Welcome to Girl Dick with Ted Cruz. I'm Lilith Zarling. That's the hologram of Amanda Bonanza.
It's just an amorphic blob.
That's an artist's rendering of Amanda Bonanza.
Oh, I hate this. This is terrible.
Do you know what? Even your
amorphic, live with it.
Even your amorphic blob is gorgeous.
I'm trying to like will it into like focusing out. I don't know if it's internet connection or what.
Probably
in fact, yeah, it's just what it is. There's nothing to be done about it.
That's okay.
I have like a full internet connection.
Yeah. I got good news for you.
What's good news?
Ted Cruz isn't here today.
Oh, that's fucking great. Fucking
yeah,
this.
That's gonna be a
what
great
a goddamn
episode.
Fucking relief. Like,
I'm kind of afraid.
Fucking God, that shit stain's not around.
I'm afraid every week that this is gonna be the week that he's gonna show up.
And I'm like, the week we gotta fucking deal with that scuzzbag.
Oh, that piece of shit.
That slimeball loser. Oh, y'all vote for him. Like, come on. Why'd y'all vote for that fucking goofball?
I have never heard anyone say one nice thing about him. Even people who are on his side.
Oh,
and I'm like,
and his family hates
his
guts.
Family hates him.
Like, oh.
And you're like,
no one likes Ted Cruz.
Who's working the phone bank for Ted Cruz for re-election? Why are you doing that?
I don't understand it. Like, I mean, even if it's a principled thing, it's like, well, I believe in like fundamentalist Christian nonsense. It's like even that. It's like you gotta be like, I can do better than this guy.
Yeah.
I can do better than this guy, right? Like, I mean, there's gotta be someone in Texas that's better than this guy. One guy. He's so bad at everything. So
awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of seeing why he doesn't show up anymore.
Well,
honestly, I think the thing
I'm
is,
okay with it.
If he didn't show up, we'd never get to the questions because the two of us would just berate him for the full 40 minutes.
Damn, hating this blobby thing. Like, this is just, wait.
You're back.
Oh, thank God. Oh my God. Oh, whew. That was rough. I felt like Superman 3 or something. Like, I don't know. Like, it wasn't good. I got trapped with General Zod.
To the dimension of whatever that dimension was.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Yeah, well, it never is. If you're going to another dimension, chances are it's not going to be a fun time.
Yeah, I was definitely on the Witless relocation program for a minute there.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to another dimension, first of all, you don't know any of the rules.
Right now, Tony Scolari.
Oh my God. Are you ready to take some questions and talk about being trans?
I am.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so, I'm ready.
All right. I have first one here. Since transitioning socially, is there always one part of you that wants to dress lazy and another part that wants to go full 9 yards of hair, makeup, dresses, and accessories? I just want to wear a hoodie and leggings and call it a day. Yet I also want to wear a homely pinafore, concealer, and lipstick and all the accessories.
Yes. Answer is yes. That's it. That you nailed it. Yes, that's everyone.
It's called people. It's like
that's called people. Sometimes
like,
I mean, I have those days where it's like I don't shave, I don't put on no fucking makeup, and like I just I just grab my clothes are the the closest two things to me. Like, that's my clothes for the day. And
There,
like I don't do that here.
yeah,
Like, like, but like on those days when I know like I don't have to go anywhere, I don't have plans to do anything. I'm just gonna be fucking around the house, or I'm working from home that day, and I know I don't have any Zoom meetings or anything. No one's gonna see me.
yeah,
Like, it's like, yeah, it's like I'll take it off. Cause of course, cause it's like but also I do want to dress to the nines, and I want to look terrific, and I want to look amazing and go out and be seen and be like this glamorous visage, however you
visage.
pronounce that word. Visage, is that it?
No,
How's
that's
it
it.
pronounced officially? Visage.
Visage. Yeah.
I want to be that. I want to be the embodiment of femininity and glamour. And of course I want to do that. Like, but it's work to do that. Like, it takes time, and you gotta wash, and you gotta blow dry, and you gotta shave, and you gotta put on makeup, and you gotta get the clothes all right, and you gotta put on the jewelry. And then, finding the balance between fashion and function is a thing we all yearn for. But that's why, like, you have to like, it's like a meter, it's like a scale. It's like one end is fashion and one end is function. And it's like, so, well, on those days where like fashion is not a factor, then you can go full sweatpants.
Yeah.
Like, but you can't wear sweatpants and pajamas out into the world, even though I know people that do it, and there is an art to it, like, but really, like, when, like, usually that falls somewhere in the middle, like,
Yeah.
where it's like, well, like, because I have this like crazy ridiculous like push-up bra thing that my friend gave me, that like is like, it literally makes my tits look like an anime character, and it's fucking amazing. It's incredible. Like, they look so good, and it's like drooly, and like, but it's so fucking uncomfortable, and it's this big like metal bar. Like, it's just the most ridiculous thing. It's total cosplay.
Yeah.
But the thing is it makes my fucking tits look fucking miraculous. Now the thing about, but then like I can only do it for like a couple hours before it starts to really get really uncomfortable. So
That's the
fashion
thing.
over function. So in a certain situation where I know I'm only going to be doing this for a couple hours, I'm going to power through it and suffer through it, then I'll wear this ridiculous push-up bra thing, and I will have those fucking ugly tits. Like, and yes, I will do it, I will suffer for fashion, but
I will say
it's not
this.
a thing that
I will
happens
say
a
this.
lot.
I will confess to everyone. I work from home. I work remotely. I talk to most people on the phone all day. And I will roll out of bed in my underwear and t-shirt and sit right down in front of my computer and work all day in my underwear and t-shirt. There are days when it is super hot. I live in the American Southeast. We get really hot, humid days. I will sit in my office topless and work. Do not give a
Yeah,
shit. Now,
fuck it.
one
Why
reason I
would
want to bring
you?
this up,
Why would you?
yeah, fuck it, I just do what I want. But we all knew that. But one thing, the reason I brought this up is because like when I first came out, like if I was gonna go out, like I had to
Yeah,
shave my entire body, and I had to do all
the
my
entire.
makeup. And if I thought about it, like if I was like, oh, I'm going to theater night, I'm gonna go out. If it was like less than 2 hours, I'd be like, I can't. First of all, and I'm talking about like shaving my chest. Like no one's gonna see my chest. No one's gonna see all this. Like just
You
and I
did
was
it.
like,
You did it.
you
I
did
shaved
it
my
because I
arms.
had
I
to.
shaved
Oh
everything. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, and I
marrying the
wore
whole
like I
body
wore
and
corsets and like
oh wow.
shapewear, and like I had straps and buckles, like, and like, so going to the bathroom, it was just, that was actually one of the things that like sealed the deal with like bathrooms for me,
Like
because like I couldn't go into the men's room because like I had all these straps and buckles, and like I had to undo them. So it was even if like I was over my dysphoria enough to like stand at the urinal and piss,
yeah.
which like, it's like I still have like weird issues with. I should be able to just do it, but like it's like I can't. I hate it. Like, but anyway, like it's like, but like I've got like straps and buckles and things, and I gotta unsnap things and pull things down, and like you get it. Like, it takes time. Like,
Man.
it's hard. You got fingernails on. Forget it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, even
Yeah.
when I was going all out, I was still just throwing a dress on over this garbage of a body of mine. Like, I never bothered
Oh, don't say
strapping
that.
anything. I never bothered
Don't say that.
strapping or anything. Okay, sorry, Sorry, never bothered coursing anything. Still don't wear bras to this day. I do not give a shit.
I'm
But
wearing a
yeah,
bra right now, but I,
it's
it's a rarity. I kind of started wearing bras more
personally,
lately.
personally, I assume you're wearing it for me, and I absolutely appreciate that.
Kind of. I'm wearing it
Yeah,
for
yeah,
fashion.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
The bra looks fucking great in this
It
fucking
does.
dress.
It does. It
It's like
does.
I know what I'm doing, but like at the
It
same
does.
time, it's like yeah, it's like I normally wouldn't. Like I've been flopping out. I've been flopping around for the last like 4 years. Like I remember like the first like transition I first came out, like when I first started actually getting boobs, like and like that was like so fucking exciting. And it's still pretty fucking exciting. I
Yeah.
very much love these things. Like, but like at first, like the notion of like wearing a bra because I actually need one was like it was like heavenly. It was like a fantasy. Like it was like a dream come true. It's like, oh my
Yeah.
God, like I actually need a bra. It's amazing. And like literal tears. And like and then like the year went by and I was like, oh fuck these things. They fucking suck. They're uncomfortable. They never fit right. They're fucking expensive. They're just get this off of me. And like I turned into a full on like Joan Baez like bra burning motherfucker. And like and now I'm just like, yeah, fuck it. Like I didn't like watch all those hippies die face down in the mud so I could wear a bra. Like, like
But I think another part of this is also just like, kind of the thing we always touch on. I was like I have to be feminine, and like you get to define what goes for you. And like, yeah, some days you want to do all that, but that is a lot of work.
it's a lot of
I've
work.
gotten to where
And
like I can put on my lipstick. Like today you were like, hey, we had a mismatch on our time, and I was like, give me 5 minutes. Like 2 minutes later, I had like my eye makeup and my lipstick on. I was like, all right,
yeah, you were fast. Like
I'm good to
I
go.
still can't do it that fast. Like I'd still this takes me about I got it faster.
Yeah.
Just still took me about 40 minutes today.
Yeah. The tattoo,
Like it took
the tattoo eyebrows really helped because I don't have to touch those at
oh
all.
your eyebrows look great. That was like a
Yeah,
really good,
that was the best.
yeah, I got they look really good. Like my eyebrows are just my eyebrows. Like it's like I've seen I'm okay with mine. Like I'm pretty
Yeah,
happy with mine. Like these days, I'm happy with most things these days. Like I like the way I look. I'm okay with it. Like, but like it's took a while to get here.
yeah.
It
No, I
took
feel
time
you.
and it took effort. Yeah. And like and that but that is the thing. So question asker, like getting back to the point, like yes, everyone has that inclination at first. Like that's like one it's a strong pull in both directions. Like it's like but you that that subsides and balances out as your transition goes on. Like it's
Yeah,
like most things, it's like that first year everything's so extreme, like everything's so like it's like and I don't even know if you started HRT yet. I didn't get that, like you just maybe just came out and started like socially transitioning is what I heard.
yeah,
And so that means like yeah, so you're just doing it, you're just living it, which is great. It's a great way to do things. And but it is one of those things where it's like yeah, I just want to throw leggings and striped tights and like hoodie. It's like that's legit too. And you can be fashionable doing that also.
yeah.
It's like however, the general rule is like the more if you want to like if you want fashion to work, kind of the more you want that to work, the harder and less comfortable it is. As a general rule. Now that there's a certain amount of like money that's involved where that ceases to be the case, where like you can have both fashion and comfort. But that's when you get into like $2,500 dresses and
Yeah.
$700 bras, and that's when you get into that world of like the very rich elite tailored clothes world. Like if you see like a lot of people, okay, like when you see like just pictures of celebrities like yeah, on Google or magazines or whatever, if magazines still exist,
They
I've
do.
seen them here and there, but like you see these pictures of like someone like I don't even know who's hot these days, like Miley Cyrus, I guess is I don't know. I saw her today. She looks great. She looks amazing. Like I don't know who's a celebrity now. I can't even fucking keep up with these
I don't
people.
know.
Brad Pitt's old. Like, like, yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm old, so I'm out of touch. But anyway, you see your like your hot flavor of the month celeb, like that looks like it's a candid picture of them like walking down the street drinking a latte in like Los Angeles and just like a jeans and a t-shirt, and like they look incredible. And it's like, well, you have to understand that like why don't I look that good in like jeans and a t-shirt. It's like, because you have to understand that like when you are that person, when you're a celebrity on that level where people are taking pictures of you on the street,
Hmm.
all your clothes are tailored and fitted to you. They get their jeans fitted, they get their shirts fitted. And when you have fitted clothes, like you look
It's much
amazing.
easier. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's what that is. They also are more comfortable. So like that's money,
I'd
money,
also
money,
say
money.
there's a
But
lot of fun in like doing all your makeup and hair and looking great, and then
mhm,
wearing like I'm just wearing this skull tank top and like a pair of jean shorts and just like going out and being like, yeah, whatever. Or going the opposite way,
yeah,
getting on a nice dress, putting on some great tights, really show off the legs,
and
great
just like
shoes,
smearing lipstick
and
across
then
your face like the
then
Joker.
nothing, and I go full bog witch with the hair, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I'm a wild girl. I don't care anymore. You know? Yeah. Fucking break the rules. Yeah, just wear like your most expensive best shoes with like, you know, dirty tank top and jean shorts, or go the opposite way.
Yeah,
Like, but yeah, no, that's totally a vibe. And it's just like I
and it is a thing.
yeah, and I think part of it too is like if you're trans, there's like that dysphoria to it as well. Whereas like if you don't go through that, if you don't do the makeup, you look at yourself in the
Yeah,
mirror and you feel like you're letting yourself down. And that's just something like,
you
I
get
get it.
over it.
I
It,
get
it
it. And
balances
it's
out
like
over
about
time.
realizing like that, you're on a road to where you want to be. And just
You're
the
getting
fact
there.
that in
And
that
here's
moment
the
you're
thing
not,
about that.
yeah,
I'm sorry to interrupt, but
that's all right.
but
It's
I did it.
okay. You
I'm
did it
sorry.
anyway. It's okay.
Yeah, I kind of fucked that up.
It's okay. Continue.
But but here's the thing about that too is like, is that inclination to dress up and do all that stuff, it is good for you to do that because it's good to practice. And you are going to like we've talked about this before, like transitioning that first year, like at the early stage of like when you first come out to like when you've been on like HRT for about a year, if you go that route. Not everyone does, and that's okay too. But like if you do, like that first year is, you get hit with all these new feelings, your brain changes around. It's a roller coaster. Like it's wild, it's buck wild, and your tastes change so much because you have, like Lilith said, you had this lifetime of like pent up, like I wanted to do this my whole life and I was never felt like I could. So now all of a sudden the floodgates are open. It's like I want every dress, like I want to wear big giant heels and I want to do all this stuff and I want to put on makeup and I want to wear a corset and I want fucking giant tits and I want to wear a fucking badonkadonk and I want to fucking look great. And like, and you want, oh, I want to look like a goddamn swimsuit model. And like, and you want to do all that stuff. And you like, you go out and you get the like fucking stripy tights and you wear all these colorful clothes and like you do all this stuff. And then after a while, like that's kind of, you get into the swing of things and that pendulum swings back and you're just like, I just want to be comfortable.
Ugh.
It's like, yeah, and
Yeah.
it just takes time getting there. And so like what you're saying is it is a perfectly natural inclination to want to do both. And so do it. So
Ah,
feed your need, babe. Like do it. Like wear, go out dressed like Lydia Dietz and then stay in and and then like, stay in and
yeah.
dress
For
like a
sure. Well,
potato.
I'm
It's
trying to think
fine.
like if I have like a bunch of like I just buy stuff like that just fashion wise, like these big green sunglasses. Like I love shit like this. So just like go out and be like, yeah, I don't care. I'm just now though now that I see myself, I feel like these are those glasses for like really old people. They don't have the side thing though. Otherwise, it'd be like
The
that.
side
But
thing
yeah,
really makes seals the
the
old
really seals,
person part. Yeah.
I just need a pork pie hat and I could be Heisenberg over here.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is what's missing there is the pork
Yeah.
pie hat.
Yeah. So I'll just
The pork pie hat, the goatee.
that trans girl look that Amanda loves so much. Yeah. So yeah, like all this stuff with fashion and like you're gonna go through both ends and just do the things you want to do and like revel, enjoy every minute of it. That's what I do. Like, man, there's something nice about like just coming to work
Those
in your
fucking
pajamas.
glasses
You
though.
love them, I know you do.
It's like they like it's like a I they didn't do it, but like I imagine that like they somehow gave you more flames and dice
Yeah, that's from my Guy Fieri starter
Flames and
sets.
dice.
Yeah, but revel in it. Like when you dress, when you just want to wear your. I have those days when I'm just like in a hoodie and just like it doesn't matter what I'm putting on the outside. It's that I'm the person that I am on the inside, and
Yeah.
yeah, and on the inside I'm still garbage.
No, nonsense. I love you on the inside.
Oh my god, thank you. I love you inside
I
me
know
too.
that sounded
What?
a little weird. But yeah, girl, like it's great. Like embrace it fully, live your life. You're gonna figure all this stuff out. There's
Yeah.
nothing, I guess in the end, like the only advice I have to say is like don't worry about it. There's nothing weird about what you're going through or what you're feeling. That's perfectly normal. It's pretty run of the mill standard stuff. Like it's like that is part of the experience is you are gonna go through this. That's the other thing is like it's like I was saying with like a lifetime of suppressing all that stuff and you open those floodgates and it all comes out all at
It
once and
all
like
comes out. Yeah.
it's just this like spew of like, oh, what can I do, what can I do, and like all the possibilities. And the other thing is depending on how old you are, but like for someone, people like Lilith and myself who didn't even start until we were like in our 40s, like it's like we never got a chance to be teenage girls. And so like most teenage most almost all cis women like that like go through their first puberty like when they hit that stage, like the early stage, like where you are at now, like they do all that stuff too.
Yeah.
It's like that's
They
like all
dress
the
crazy
teenagers like
and
look like a 12-year-old girl and just like they dress in bright colors and they like wear crazy tights and they like have their hair all wild and like they wear makeup all over the fucking place and it looks like ridiculous, but like everyone like looks at them, it's like, oh, they're a 12-year-old girl, that's just normal. But like when you have the outward appearance of a 40-year-old man and you're doing that shit, well, society doesn't treat you so nice.
then the kid gloves are off.
Yeah, it's like, well, you don't have your mom to cry to either.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Oh.
it's like, yeah, you gotta cry into your pillow.
Oh. But yeah, be you. And yeah, know that we all
Yeah.
go through that. We all have days where we like want to do it all to the nines. Then we also have days where it's like, you know what?
Mhm.
This shirt I've slept in for 4 straight days is perfectly
That'll
acceptable to
do.
wear.
It'll do. It
Yeah,
still
that'll
smells
do.
fine. It's like,
Yeah.
it
Gonna go
doesn't
to
smell great, but like it's on me.
I'm gonna run out to the grocery store. Who
It's like,
cares?
yeah. I got to the point where I could go to the grocery store without shaving or makeup. Like
Yeah.
I can only not shave for one day, but
Yeah.
like if I go like more than a day, I can't even leave my room. It's like no, well, I can't even let like my family see me. Like, my
Yeah.
roommates.
Luckily for me, everything's gray. So even if it's been like 2 or 3 days, you can't see it unless you get really up close to me. So a little fortunate.
Mine's like dark. And you
Oh,
see it for sure. And like I had like laser and electrolysis, so it's not nearly as bad as it used to be. Like it used to be like when I first before I had any of that, like my
yeah.
shit was like I had like pretty narrow and it's like a literal 5 o'clock shadow. Like
Yeah.
it was the thing where I was like, oh, by the time evening rolled around, like even if I shaved that morning, I would have to shave twice in a day, and it was fucking awful.
Ugh.
Like and like now it's better because laser and electrolysis helped a lot, but I need more. I need more.
I need more
I need to
laser.
redo that.
More laser
Well,
power.
I'm looking to that soon,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, you're doing great. Carry on, my wayward daughter.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Y'all are, yeah. Anyone listen to this podcast, like we should just have a day of like, it's like the National Trans Day of just dress however the fuck you want. And it's every day of the year.
It is every day of the year. It really is. That
The
did you
national
get to that
celebration
point?
of,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, it's
People
just
if
like you
people like
do whatever
confront you
you
on your
want.
outfit, you just be like, you're like, today's National Trans Girl
Hey,
Dress
what are
However She
they
Wants
wearing?
Day.
What are they
Yeah.
wearing? Like these boring people that like are going to critique you. Look at what they
I'm
wear.
wearing I'm
Look
wearing
at
my
what your
Stone Temple
average
Pilots t-shirt and a
your
pair of
average
jeans.
boring motherfucker dresses like on a daily basis, and look at what they wear. It's like, how dare
Oh,
they judge
love that
you?
polo shirt. What is that, salmon
Yeah.
colored?
Oh,
Wow. Oh,
yeah. Did you
wow.
pick out those jeans yourself? Like, wow.
Yeah. The
They don't
only
go
one
with your shoes at
The
all.
only
It's
time I've ever seen something is
incredible.
Ron DeSantis and those white boots that came up to his knee when when the hurricane came through. I'm like, Look at
I
this
don't remember
guy.
that. Like,
Oh my god.
did Fat Ron wear some fucking go-go boots?
Meatball Ron poured himself into some
Meatball Ron
knee-high white boots. He had a fashion day. It was like, yeah.
wear some thigh highs and a corset.
That's Scott Walker. Stop. That's a different Nazi. All right, y'all. Hey, I got another question here that I think would be fun. I think it's one of these things I don't know the answer to, but I want to explore it because I kind of get where it's going. So it says, how many of you use or used video games to cope? I'm a longtime video game player. I'm talking original Mario Brothers on the NES. It's one of my favorite hobbies, but sometimes wonder if I've been using them too much to help deal with my dysphoria. When I'm playing, I think about it a lot less, but as such play to the point where I think my sleep suffers since I'm up too late. Aside from seeing a female character and wishing I was her, my dysphoria just fades into the background. I wonder if when I'm fully transitioned, my gaming will drop off. What's your girls' guys' experience with this? What was your go-to game peak dysphoria?
Holy moly.
Yeah.
You're talking to the right person here. I am
Yeah.
also an original NES, original Super Mario Brothers gamer
Uh,
from back in the day. In
I
fact, I go
had
farther
I
back.
had an
got
Atari 2600.
Atari 2600.
Yeah.
I played Centipede. I played Missile
Yeah.
Command. I played whatever the one with the fucking airplanes that are like look like blocks.
Yeah. Nothing
Shoot a
really there
thing.
help
Yeah.
with dysphoria though.
Adventure.
Yes, Adventure.
What was the one that was like the one with the crocodiles? I think that was Adventure.
Jungle Hunt.
No, it was before Jungle Hunt. It was like I think it was just called Adventure.
Adventure
Like
was
where
a
it's like
castle game.
okay, there was one where it was like it was
Pitfall.
like an Activision
Pitfall. Yes.
Pitfall's what I'm thinking. Okay, Pitfall. Yeah, and that's like it's like that they gave the one that gave us all in like an imbalanced fear of quicksand.
Right. I have never run into quicksand in my life.
Never
and
my life.
I was like,
never,
oh my god.
I like that. Like, yeah, the quicksand and the Bermuda Triangle were not the threats they were.
Never.
We were told that they were. Like, I got this impression when I was like a little kid in like the early '80s that like fucking quicksand and was everywhere, and the Bermuda Triangle was gonna get you.
First time you're getting a plane, you're like, excuse me, pilot. Do I have to be worried about the Bermuda Triangle? He's like, we're flying from Milwaukee to Arizona. You don't have to worry. But I was like, okay, I just want to make sure.
The Bermuda Triangle, though,
yeah.
you know, like I haven't heard anything about the Bermuda Triangle since like 1983.
It's not even a big thing anymore. I don't
even think it is a thing or ever was.
It was.
It wasn't a different time and a different timeline before the weasels got into the Hadron Super Collider.
I would say though, like when I started, the Atari 2600 is not going to give you many female characters to identify with because everyone was just 4 blocks. It was
just a blob.
Color.
Yeah, it was just a blob.
Yeah. And I'll
later on.
If you want to answer first, you can. But for me, I it wasn't like a dysphoria thing, but it definitely was a place where I could kind of, escape, shut everything out, and kind of get to that point. I was also like, Mario Brothers, those games really didn't side scrollers and like games like that. I was never good. I was never good at them. No. It really took off for me like the first
3D one, like Doom.
Grand Theft Auto 3. Oh, I played Doom all the time.
Oh, Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. I mean, Grand Theft Auto 3 was a fucking game changer.
So good. That's when I really got back into games. But I would say, it was more of a thing where it's like I was a very, how do I say this without sounding sad about that? I was just like a very lonely person, like a lonely kid. I did a lot of time to myself, did a lot of reading. Playing one player video games was like a great thing. So I think for me, it was just a place to kind of like shut everything out.
Let's not say lonely. Let's say solitary.
Solitary, yeah. And
I still have some of that. Introverted child.
I still have some of that where I'm just like, I need a bubble around me for the next.
We all need that sometimes. We all need that solitude once in a while. Yeah,
I need it a lot.
I need a good healthy dose of it. Like honestly, like it's like I mean I think like I'm pretty introverted, and I think you are too. I mean here we are on the YouTube show, like with a podcast.
I think the main thing like
open.
When it comes to introverted, like the classic definition of introvert is someone who's like they get drained energy by being around people, and an extrovert gets more energy from being around people. So I don't think it has anything to do with like how I interact with people. Like I'm a very outgoing person, and I think, you know, I'm very likable, but it's just like being around a lot of people like is very
It is
draining to me.
draining.
Yeah.
It's draining
It's
for everybody. I don't know.
so
I don't know anyone that
oh,
gets energy from.
extroverts love that shit.
I'm an
Fucking
extrovert for sure, and I do not.
Tony Robbins is out here just like eating
Who
up other
Tony
people.
Robbins is? Who's that
He's
guy?
like a motivational speaker dickhole.
Okay, I know who you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. Like those kind of people. But like,
Well, I mean,
no.
that's different though, because like the energy that you get from a crowd when you're like public speaking and people are cheering for you, that's definitely a giving energy. Like it's like, but like when you're in a social situation and you have to like actively engage people and like maybe you
Yeah,
don't know everybody, like in a party or something where
yeah.
you don't know a lot of people, like that's not something that gives you energy. That's something that definitely you have to muster
Some
up and
people do.
I
Like
I
I'm a
mean,
person like after a
maybe I'm a
show, like
secret
if people
introvert.
come hang
Like
out
I
with me
never
after a
knew.
show, people come hang out with me after a show, I'll be like, hey, I love talk. If I'm like, if I like feel like I'm not here, like just after a show, I'm worthless because I left it all out there and I'm completely
Okay.
drained and like
I
I'm
always like
done with
bank a
people.
little extra energy for that exact thing after a
Oh,
show. It's like I drain myself pretty good on a show, but then afterwards it's like, no, this is part of the show. Is talking to people afterwards and figuring out how to accept those compliments gracefully instead of like being like, yeah, thanks, whatever. Like, you know, it's like, oh, you were great
maybe that's why
tonight.
I
Oh,
never built
thanks.
that network that I needed to.
No, it took me a while to figure that out. Like it didn't happen right away. Like I was real bad at it at first. But
Yeah,
that's not what we're talking about. We're talking
we're
about
not.
video
We're
games
talking about video
and
games.
escapism.
Yeah,
And is it too much? And it can be. The
yeah.
thing about that is it is a balance you have to find. And it sounds like you're getting to the point where it's like, oh shit, my sleep's getting affected by this because I keep doing this too much. If you're thinking that you're doing it too much, that is maybe a sign that you are. Like and but here's the thing about that is like it is like a friend of mine put it this way. It's like all life is pressing buttons. So it's really it's like if you there's another adage on the other side of that, which is like no time spent doing something you enjoy is wasted time.
Yeah.
And so like if you're having fun and you like it, then yeah, by all means, then you can do that. Now, if it's affecting like your job or your school or like something like that, well, then you have to find that balance where you can work that out.
Mm-hmm.
But like I remember like back in the day, like when like when I was in high school and then like I just as an aside, a quick update, like I recently just gave away like all my systems and I stopped playing video games. Like I cut them all out and I gave away my PlayStation when I moved because I've just got too much other things to do.
Yeah.
And like so I don't play any video games anymore. And I was like a hardcore like 8-9 hours a day gamer. Like I was doing it all the time and it was like too much. Like I didn't get other things done. But like I said, like it's when I was like I would get obsessed with them. Like the ones that really got me was like when like a new Final Fantasy came out. Like I would get it and I would just be like, oh, I can't stop playing this. Like it's all I would be at school and I didn't care about school. All I was thinking about was getting home from school and playing Final Fantasy and so like so it is a thing where it's like it is and being trans like it is a huge thing among like I mean that's why there's so many trans gamers like it's a huge vessel for escape from like the hardships of the cruelty of the world like and it is that it is safety and it is like you get to immerse yourself in this other thing that's like and it shuts out the noise and the bad vibes that just come our way from haters and people that aren't so nice and it is true and it is an escape and it's a very good escape and it's cheap. It's really cheap. You get so much out of it for so little money.
Yeah.
Like, and so all of those things like add to it. And there's nothing wrong with playing video games. In fact, a lot of people make a decent living off doing it now. It's like
Yeah.
if you could Twitch that, if but you don't have to do that. Like you don't have to monetize it. Like, but like
Yeah.
you can if you want to be that person, you can Twitch and build up a Twitch following and do all that stuff and make money and do that and be a gamer, be a professional gamer. People do it. What was my go-to like anti-dysphoria game? I don't know that I had one of those because I just kind of played video games.
Yeah.
but I will tell you, yeah, because it was like I didn't have like a thing. I didn't directly associate it with that.
Well,
Like it was for
people always say like,
yeah,
well, in the create a character, I'd create a female character. I'm like, when
always,
I was
always.
growing up, like that wasn't like the games I was playing didn't really have that option. So like, I never
It
made.
started being there
Yeah,
around, yeah, around
yeah,
later, like for
yeah. So it's
PS2,
not like a
kind
thing
of.
where
Yeah.
I had that option growing up. So yeah, you were gonna say though, like for me it was mostly about escapism, so I don't have any game that was like that I associate with helping my dysphoria. It was just like, here's something I can do where I don't have to think about how everything sucks for a while.
Was the first game when you could pick your gender? Because I remember there being a few games like early, well, probably in the, like the late nine. I want to say like PS2, PS, maybe even PS1 era, where you like you could you maybe didn't get to create a character, but you get to choose which one was male
Right.
or female.
Right.
Like,
I
of
was
course,
thinking
I
like
always
with
pick.
Mario, like Mario Kart, like I never chose Princess because she was a girl. And
Well, she didn't. Well, you
I
chose
always
Toad because
chose
Toad had the
Toad
best
because
car.
Toad had the best.
Like,
Toad was
because
easy to
Toad was the
control
best
fast. Oh my
driver. Yeah.
god. I find like you and I just connected even more than we have. Like,
Yeah. That was always
ah, no,
Toad.
Toad was fast, had great controls. Yeah.
Yeah. Toad was great.
Toad was the best. Yeah.
Yeah. But like like now in the current iterations of Mario Kart, like now you can choose Rosalina and all that stuff. And it's like it's like it's competitive. But yeah, but I mean like I definitely always made women characters. And like you have your predetermined like excuses for that when people eventually ask you, why do you always choose a girl character? It's like, well, I
it was
mean, if I'm gonna look
faster.
at someone's ass all day, it might
Oh
as well be a
god.
girl's, right?
Ugh.
Like, oh, that's my excuse. Like, it's like, but also it's like I also did the hide in plain sight thing. I was like, well, it's because I can't be a girl in real life, so why not try it here? Yeah, like, well, see what it's like.
Yeah.
Like, aren't you curious?
Aren't
Like,
you curious?
turn it back on them. It's like, why would you always pick a guy character? But like I always pick girl characters. In
Yeah.
fact, it's kind of like every now and then, like so like when I get in a game like Fallout,
Yeah.
where you have a lot of playthroughs and it's got a lot of replay value. I'll make multiple characters. Most of them are women, but every now and then I'll do a male character just to
Yeah.
do it. But like the way I always played Fallout, so this is my go-to one is Fallout.
Yeah.
Like, and so like a game like Fallout with a lot of replay value, it's like so you make different characters. And so like my first playthrough was always like a straightforward playthrough. You make yourself.
Yeah.
And like you make yourself and then you max out all your stats and you do all the things and you do every mission. But after you do that once or twice and you get like through enough of it where you don't always finish it, but you get to a point where it's like, okay, I want to start over and do something else, get kind of bored of it. And then you start over and you do a new one. And then you play with style. It's like, okay, I'm gonna make a character that just does this. And like one of my favorites was Fallout New Vegas, hey, trans girls everywhere.
Yeah. Right.
My favorite character that I ever made in Fallout New Vegas was I did make Hunter S. Thompson. And I just had the hat and the shirt and a fucking magnum. And I ran around shooting lizards and I gobbled every drug that came at me. And I was addicted to everything. And I drank constantly. And the only problem that I ever had with that game, because that is a pretty goddamn good video game, like there's cigarettes everywhere, but it doesn't let you smoke. It's like, how can you not smoke? You're picking up cigarettes constantly. It's like, why can't I smoke? Like Metal Gear let you smoke.
Yeah.
Solid Snake was a smoker, and I love that about Metal Gear.
It's like Red Dead, you just like smoke a bunch of cigarettes.
Yep.
Just
Red Dead, you can smoke. You're just, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna
polish it off with a cigar.
Exactly. And like and I remember like in when Metal Gear, I don't remember which one it was for. I think when it was for the PlayStation 3, and it was when he had the Octo camo. And my friend, I didn't have a PlayStation 3, but my friends got it, and they had got it. And the install screen, this was back when you still had a disc and you had to install it, and the install time took a while. And like they put it in and they loaded it, and I was there, and like the install screen was just Snake smoking a cigarette. So I had a cigarette with Solid Snake, and I was like, all
Nice.
right, I'm gonna have a cigarette. And like me and Snake just stood there and had cigarettes and like kind of looked at each other and like didn't say nothing. It's like,
Yeah. Level of understanding right there. Yeah.
I really enjoyed having that cigarette with Snake.
Yeah, I would say like character creation, like I think if I could create a character, I'd always do it. But by the time I was doing it, it wasn't like people are coming in and being like, what are you doing? It's just like this is, this is what I want to do. Like Fallout,
Yeah.
all that was like so far past in my life that I was like already just doing it. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I feel like a lot of time it is just a place where it's just like I don't have. I mean, honestly, if you think about like I think about my day, I'm like, how am I even coming to work? And like I'll talk to people at work, and I'm surprised that they don't say like, how do you come into work when like the world just seems to be falling around you? It's just like, well, it's
Yeah,
what
it's
it is.
hard.
And so like video games, like if I can go like right now, my thing is playing Civ. If I can like go and you know recreate the world and drop bombs on some other country
Hey,
like
babe,
and not think about the world is falling apart around me, then that's good for me.
do you want to play Civ today?
We talked about that last week. I
Do
don't know
you
about
want to do it
today.
today?
I don't know about today, but stop. Don't make faces. Don't make grumpy faces. All right. Well, you need to
We'll get together. We'll do that
yeah,
later.
yeah,
We'll
yeah,
play
yeah. We
Civ
don't talk about that
later.
on the podcast unless everyone wants
Well,
to follow
I'll
me
talk
on
about playing Civ on
unless
the podcast.
everyone wants to know my Civ my Steam ID and join me on
No, no, we're not gonna do that. But like, what we are gonna do is like we can talk about it. Anyway.
yeah.
Question asker. Yes, video games are great. They're fun, and it's a very normal thing to use them as a form of escape. And trans women playing video games
Not
is
unusual.
it's not only is it not unusual, it's a fucking stereotype. And there's a reason for it. Like if like the trans gamer is quite a thing. It's like as much of a stereotype as like fucking cat ears and chokers and pickles. Like it's just it's woven into the fabric of
The
being a
fabric
trans
of
woman.
being
It's like,
trans.
and it is because it's escape. Like it is
Yeah.
that. Like it's a very much an escape from dysphoria. Like very much. Even before you understand that you're dysphoric, it still is that. And we all use it for that. And like, and of course I've done it for that. Like and like you get to a certain point like in transition where like the dysphoria lessens to a point where it's not really a factor anymore. And I'm kind of there where it's like
Mhm.
I don't have dysphoria all that much. And when I do get it, like it's like it's deal withable. It's not crippling like it
Yeah,
was at
yeah,
a
yeah.
certain point. But like or like when you get, when you take a bullet straight to the leg in Fallout New Vegas, like it's you don't get you just throw a stim pack on it.
Done.
Like that.
Or
Yeah.
like Resident Evil, where
But
it's like your hand gets cut off and you just like put like some liquid on it. You're like, I'm good.
yeah, exactly. That's how it works.
A
It's
little
like
herb,
you're like,
you're good to go.
yeah, like Far Cry, it's just like you wrap a bandage.
You just pop
I'm
your
good.
joints back into
Like
place. Yeah.
16 bullets, and it's like, all right.
All right.
Good. Got that. Got my arm patched up. Let's go.
Good to
When you're
go.
running at full speed. It's fine. Video games are cool. They're fun. Yes, they are escape. Yes, and that's also okay.
You've answered all those already. You just like tagged on a bunch of yeses.
Check. You're
The
good.
person already knew that because we already answered.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you
Yeah.
asked the question. The answer is yes, you're fine. It's
If you play
all
video
of the
games,
things.
if you play video games, you're probably trans. That's the real.
Yeah, well, clearly, it definitely Fallout New Vegas. If you ever played Fallout New Vegas, you're definitely trans. Like that's how that works.
Oh,
Like I don't know, because we get those questions. We just, am I trans? Like, am I trans enough? Like, some people are saying that, like, I don't know, I'm trans. I'm like, did you play Fallout New Vegas? You're like, yeah. I'm like, you're trans.
I'm currently playing Fallout New Vegas. What are you talking
You're
about?
trans as fuck. I don't know what to tell you.
Sure.
Everyone that played Fallout New Vegas is now a trans woman.
Yeah. Exactly. 100%.
100%.
Oh my gosh, y'all who joined us and are listening to this episode, we're so thankful that you found us and that you come to us and you spend some time with us. Y'all are amazing. If you have any questions, send us an email, girldickwithted@gmail.com, which will soon be changed, but we'll keep the email open. Not that we get any emails. Yeah, the emails are just coming from
we don't. We really don't.
Wondering what happened to Ted Cruz. So But yeah, like email us constructive criticism, deconstructive criticism, unconstructive criticism, whatever. We just want to talk.
Let us
And
know.
if you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer any questions while we're here on the
Love some
podcast.
questions. We love to answer questions. It's what
Love
we
it.
do.
It's what we do. It's what we do. So we love you
If we're
all.
any good at it or not, but we do it.
I don't know if we're any good, but we love doing it.
We do.
I'm Lila Zarling. That's Amanda Bonanza. I love you, and I love you, the greater people at large. And we hope you have a solid week and a solid time, and we look forward to speaking with you in the future. Bye.